Hi people, today I'll be talking about ancient Egyptian fashion. There were different dynasties in Egypt. They were the Old Kingdom, the Middle Kingdom, the New Kingdom, the Persian conquest, the Greek conquest, and the Roman era. In the Old Kingdom, men wore kilts of various lengths, and women wore a tunic that went from their breast to their ankle. During this time, the heads of the men were shaven, and the headdresses they wore were simple. The kings wore kilts with belts, which had ornamental pendants that hung down, and they also wore an artificial beard that was attached to their crown. Wigs were worn by the lower social classes and by the priests, and women did not shave their heads, but they wore wigs over their hair. During the Middle Kingdom, some of the jewelry included the royal diadem. It was a flat circle of gold with rosettes and encrusted with jewels. The wigs during the Middle Kingdom included thin plaits of hair with a curl at the bottom and had gold beads. Another type of jewelry that was common was a pendant that was hung over the breast with a chain around the neck. During the New Empire, they started to have Asiatic influences, so people started wearing robes and shawls. During this time, the kings and queens started to wear headdresses that represented their gods. For example, a lot of queens were shown wearing the hawk headdress of Isis. Some of the queens were shown holding the ankh, which was the symbol of life during ancient Egypt, and also were shown holding the flower scepter. Some of the kings were shown holding the crook and flail, which were symbols of Osiris. A popular hairstyle during the time was the Horus lock, where one part of the hair was shaven and the other part was allowed to fall over the ear, and that was a symbol of youth. Women during these times started to shave their heads, just like the men. The kings wore a cartouche, which was a nameplate in the center of the pendant. Sari dresses, which were influenced by Indians, became a popular court costume. The priests during these times wore leopard skin over robes. Worker women wore tight tunics from breast to ankle with one strap holding it together. Some of the women wore a shawl around their waist to form a skirt. On most occasions, Egyptians were barefoot, but when they wore shoes, they wore sandals. The sandals were made out of papyrus stalks or palm leaves. Ancient Egyptian garments were painted as well as dyed. Some of the common colors include warm purple, indigo blue, dull madder red, dull apple green, and dull yellow-orange. The ancient Egyptians were also fond of makeup, and they used malachite, which was a green pigment. They used kohl, which was a black pigment for the eyes. They used red ochre for the lips and for the cheeks, and they used henna to paint their nails and their toes. They would put the malachite all over their lids and brow bone. Kohl was used around the eyes to make an almond or feline look. Their lip colors included red, orange, magenta, and blue-black. I hope you found this video about ancient Egyptian fashion to be interesting. If you did, please like and subscribe. Thanks for watching and see you next time.